everyone, this is Randy News, your host on Between the Chalk Lines. Every week, every Saturday morning, you get to hear my lovely voice here on Friday, September 13th. That's right, it's Friday the 13th, and we're getting some news on the standings as well as some other bits and bobs that will happen in the near future. To start off, we're going to look at the AL standings going into today, Friday the 13th. In the East, we have New York Yankees on top, 85 and 62. They're just two games ahead of Baltimore. And then you have Boston Red Sox, who are 11 games behind New York. So I think it's just a two-horse race there in the East between New York and Baltimore. In the AL Central Division, we have the Guardians and the Royals at the top. Royals are 4 games back. Behind them are the Twins, have slowly been falling below. The Twins, I think, are out of the race, so I think it's, again, two-horse race there. The Guardians and the Royals, I think the Guardians will wrap this one up in the next week or so. I don't know the elimination numbers exactly for these teams, so bear in mind. I'll have elimination numbers starting next week. In the AL West, you have the Houston Astros, who are 4.5 games ahead of the Seattle Mariners, and then Texas Rangers, who just did a big boy decision for their team. I'll talk about that in a little bit. Are out of it at 7.5 games back. I believe that's close enough to being eliminated without being eliminated, technically. Angels and the A's are out of it. They're eliminated. White Sox are eliminated. Marlins are eliminated. But before I get to that, I want to talk about some notes here. The Yankees are 6-4 in their last 10 games, same as the Guardians. So the Guardians are playing 600 ball in the last week and a half. The Yankees are playing. They needed to play 600 ball in the last week and a half, or else they would have been giving up the Orioles, the East Division, and they want to lock up that seed, whether it be the number 2 or 3 seed. The Yankees want that bye. They want to get that bye. Plain and simple. That's something I'll come back to. The National League. In the East, the Phillies are dominating with an 88-58 record. Behind them are the Mets, 8 games back, 80-66. The Mets have overtaken the Atlanta Braves by a single game 2 weeks ago. There's going to be a stretch race, neck out. There's going to be a photo finish, as I say, for the last wild card position. The National League Division, our Central Division, is Milwaukee Brewers. They've been Brewers for months now. Brewers have not been out of first place since I last checked months ago. Again, Chicago Cubs, 9 games back of the Brewers. Don't think they're going to make it. Don't think any other teams. It looked like the Cardinals had a little bit of a burst there in August. I thought July, August, okay, maybe they might come back and catch the Brewers. But the Brewers have been nothing but consistent. And I gotta give that to them. In the NL West, we have the Dodgers, 87-59. They are 1 game back of the Phillies. The Phillies are the best team in the National League right now. And they haven't spent $1 billion on the roster. It's smart maneuvering, smart trading, smart, drafting, developing. Not to say that the Dodgers don't do smart trading and smart drafting either. So it's just a toss-up, really, when it comes to where are things going to land during the season. Phillies and Mets are both 800 teams in the last 10 games. 8-2. Mets really want this last wild card spot. They do not want them missing a chance. They were talking some big game last year, and now they may actually do it without some of the pitchers that they had. Scherzer, some other guys, and then there's a lot of other agency as well that need to address. So this officially puts, going into today, the Braves one game out of the wild card. Diamondbacks are 5 games back of the Dodgers. Padres are 5.5 games back of the Dodgers. It's looking like Dodgers are finally, okay, let's get it done. Let's finish her up, wrap it up. The end of the season, that they will most likely be walking away with another, I think we'll just make it 12 straight division titles. I'm right. I have the numbers right. I think it's 12 straight if they win this year. Going back to the American League real quick, I have a few notes. Chris Young, the general manager of the Texas Rangers, has just been extended on his contract and promoted in his position as the president of baseball operations. He will be overseeing every single aspect going on in the Texas Rangers organization for the foreseeable future. The Texas Rangers announced this on their X this morning. They didn't say how long, they didn't say how much, and it didn't say if he is still the general manager. So we'll see if he's carrying around 3 titles, and he had another title as well while he was general manager. So let's see if the Rangers are either A, looking to get a new general manager, or B, keep Chris Young as general manager and another title. I can't remember what it was now for the life of me, but he had another title. Looking beyond playoffs, looking beyond the World Series, we have free agency coming up. American League, I had a couple of notes. Angels outfielder Kevin Pillar, he was a decent pickup at the trade deadline. Reached his 10 years of Major League Baseball service and will now get full pension, full health, all that good stuff. Put in his time and announced that he would retire at the end of this year, at the end of 2024 season. But there are rumors, there are whispers that he may not. I believe it is the former. He is going to take off those cleats, toss his glove, and have himself a retirement party. He's going to have a good time riding off in the sunset and having made millions and millions of dollars. So, congratulations, Kevin Pillar, if that's what you decide. But if you do not decide that, you're going to be 36 years old when you play in baseball next year. You're not getting any younger. Yankees outfielder Juan Soto, right field, is going to get the largest contract of the offseason. It's that easy, that simple. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's going to be like Ohtani and whoever else signed last season, off-season size. It's going to be that kind of a gap. Because they're going to get $300, $400, $500 million to play because he's not 30 years old yet. And he'll last for another decade. So I think the Yankees are going to go hard in on him. We've got Scott Boras as his agent, I believe. And all Scott Boras clients go to free agency, almost all of them. The last one who didn't is he's not been playing. Steven Strasburg, the pitcher, who retired. he's getting paid, he's not playing. And he is a Boris client. So, no matter what happens here, Juan Soto is going to be talking, or at least Scott Boras will be talking to every single team and looking at every single deal, how they're built. Are there options? Are there deferred money? He may not want deferred money. He may want all the money guaranteed straight up every year. He may want, $35, $40, $45 million checks throughout the season, every season for next year, 10 years or plus. Which I'll get to. This last one, Astros third baseman Alex Bregman is a free agent going into the offseason. It's the end of the World Series. People can start calling his agent and saying, hey, we want to have talks. We need you at third base. We need a third baseman that can play every day, hit some home runs, drive in some runs, be a decent, not fantastic, but a decent, defensive third baseman. And if you want to know my prediction on where he lands, or at least how much he gets, check it out on BetweenTheChalklines.com. Go to news. It's the latest article there, but not for long. I have some news for you there in that regard. Free agency in the National League. Obviously, the Mets are looking like they may go to the playoffs. Not necessarily the World Series, but the playoffs. First baseman Pete Alonso is going to be a free agent. And there hasn't been a ton of talk as of recent on whether or not Cohen is going to try and go after Alonso. Strikes out a ton, hits a lot of home runs, and is a pretty okay first baseman defensively. Above average, let's say. With him going to the playoffs, and if he performs like a monster in the playoffs, I think Steve Cohen would be dumb to not at least reach out and give an offer. But again, it's going to take a lot of money to keep Alonso. And I think opposite of Alex Bregman, I think he would give a home discount to the Mets. And I think, because drafted, developed, brought up with the Mets. I think he's that kind of guy for the fans. He's like, hey, I took you guys to the playoffs, or I helped you get to the playoffs. Let's do it again. Let's get that ring, if they don't get it this year, that is. But again, let's get another ring, a second ring. We got this. And other free agents in National League, Phillies closer, Carlos Estevez, who was formerly Angels closer, has been 3-1 with a 2.04 ERA and 5 saves and 16 appearances with the Phillies since they acquired him. A big part of their bullpen. I think that the Phillies go for it. They go for him because as of now, and probably towards the end of the season, or when we wrap up the season, Philadelphia will be either number 1 in the National League or number 2 in the National League team, and by a wide margin at that. It will probably be at least 5 to 8 games between them and the next team after Dodgers, that is. So the Phillies are really doing well, and I think for them and Carlos Estevez, if they lose the other bullpen arm that they got at the trade deadline, who's also going on to the free agent market, I think Estevez is your priority. Milwaukee Brewers, who are again first place, probably going to the playoffs. Shortstop Willie Adames is going to be on the market. Adames is a very good, under the radar shortstop. He's at 30 home runs right now. Already has over 100 RBIs. Is hitting 251. Average could have a little bit of work. Well, he strike out a little bit less, but he's got the power that not a lot of shortstops have. There aren't a lot of shortstops that hit 30 plus home runs and drive in 100 plus RBIs. So I would be giving Adames a look. Some teams need a shortstop right now, or I should say next year. One that sticks out to me is probably the White Sox. Brewers could try and bring him back, but hey, we did awesome pairing, awesome group. You went to the playoffs with us. You did well offensively with us. You did well defensively with us, and he's leading the National League in games appeared or played in at 146 right now. So this guy is made of steel. One of the few guys that will play probably 150 to 155 plus games this year. I guess he's been playing all 162, honestly. But God forbid anything happens between now and tomorrow. I'll have a prediction article for Adames up on BetweenTheChalkLines.com up this weekend. It'll also be on our partner group's website, www.breakertoolbox.com. Links down below. Links for the Alex Bregman prediction and for Breaker Toolbox and BetweenTheChalkLines.com. You can go to Breaker Toolbox. Great place to get some Bone Chrome that just came out this week. They're doing a ton of breaks of Bone Chrome over there. Still doing a ton of breaks of Donruss. But I mean, I think the biggest product you'll see right now are pick your teams and pick your divisions for Bone Chrome. And if that's your thing, that's what you're looking for. You want those rookie cards, you want those first Bowmans, you want those autographs, you want those numbered. Go for it. Breaker Toolbox has you covered. I mean, free shipping. It doesn't get any better than that. I mean, they email you or text you if you want when breaks fill. They give you a link to go to and go ahead and watch your break. Finish up the break. You can head out. And you might see me. You might not. I spent a lot of work on the break for Bone Chrome this week. On opening day. So, other news, minor league stuff. First overall pick in 2024 MLB draft. Travis Bazzana hit a home run for his team, singly to high A affiliate with the Guardians to take them to the playoffs. So Bazzana's already got playoff blood in his body. He's going to do it for the Guardians. If he doesn't do it in the next couple of years, at first or third or DH, he'll be doing it with the minor league teams. And speaking of playoffs, the Twins already cut one of their first picks, 6th round pick, single A catcher. Derek Bender, who was tipping off pitches to opposing hitters this past week, apparently. And the hitters went ahead and told the coaches went ahead and told Twins coaches. Last game, they had him, or 2 games this season, they had him sitting in the bullpen. He wasn't even with the team in the dugout at the end of the season. And apparently, he did it all because he wanted the season to be over. He didn't even want to go to playoffs. So you don't want a guy like that on your team at any level. I want to get on my team like that at Little League or on my adult softball league. That you're just not cut out to be a baseball player if that's what you're doing. So, Mr. Bender, goodbye, and for all the Between the Chalk Lines watchers and listeners, good night, goodbye. Hope you watch this or listen to this on Saturday tomorrow, and catch the Sunday 60 Seconds segment as well for anything that has happened between now and Sunday. Have a good day.